is Times Drive and I'm Joel Pereira. Now if you're a National Geographic or Discovery Channel freak like I am, there's a phrase that you'd keep hearing in animal-related programming. You're only as good as what came before you, which means that if you're an antelope and you had weak, sickly parents, in all likelihood you're going to be a leopard's lunch by midday. On the other hand, if daddy and mommy lion were strong and proud, baby lion has a pretty good chance of ruling the Serengeti. We'd like to think it works the same way with cars too. And so if daddy or at least a crazy uncle were a Ford Fiesta S, you'd turn out pretty well yourself. The older Fiesta was not especially handsome, but it was pretty fast and it handled beautifully. And so footsteps have been followed and even excelled in some places with the new Fiesta. Gone is that chunky, boxy mid-90s design to be replaced by smooth flowing lines that we are totally loving. A couple of weeks ago you saw our short first impression of the all-new car. Today then is our full review.
This ain't the first time I caught you out again.
Right, so today we are driving the diesel variant. This one comes with a 1.5-litre Durotorque engine. Turn the car on, slip it into gear and almost immediately you can tell that this engine has been tuned for mileage rather than performance. Peak power is a rather small 90 brake horsepower, but saving grace comes from a healthy 209 Newton meters of torque. Hit the gas hard and you're not going to get any kind of explosive anything. In fact, you're even going to get a bit of turbo lag up to 1900 RPM or so. But then after that, the torque kicks in and you're on your way. Now since this engine has been tuned for your wallet rather than blowing up your skirt, the ARAI figures for the diesel is a very economical 23.5 kilometers per litre. And out here in the real world, we hit figures of 20 kilometers to a litre on the highway and about 17 in the city. We're pretty impressed. What we can't fault with this car is the way the gears just fall into place, but we do have an issue with the clutch. It's pretty heavy and driving around in rush hour is going to be painful for your left foot. Now, the real star section of the Fiesta isn't the powertrain, it's the chassis and the suspension. We used to call the older Fiesta the best driver's car this side of a BMW 3 Series, and we're really pleased to say that the new Fiesta doesn't really let us down. Cruise along on an open highway and the Fiesta behaves as it should without any shake or wobble. Completely flat. But if you do want to have fun with this car, you need to hit a corner at high speed and you want to line up Ford's handling engineers and shake their hands. You've got total grip with little to no body roll. The 195 R15 tires hold the road like white on rice. Now ride is pretty spectacular too. This car will hold down anything that a road will throw at it. Hit a pothole and you will feel it, but not in that bouncy, jarring kind of way you'd feel in most cars. All you'll hear in the Fiesta is a bit of a thud, a shake, and that's it. You've also got electric power steering that does cut out a bit of steering feel, but makes this car very behaved. Point this car in a certain direction and that's where it's going to go. First time, every time. Ask us and we tell you that the new Fiesta has the best ride and handling out of all the cars in this class. If I had to describe it, I'd say that Ford managed to achieve that perfect balance between ride and handling, kind of like holding on to a perfectly ripe mango, firm yet supple. Which is great for Ford of course, but that makes us a little sad because with the engine tuned for performance rather than mileage, Ford could have given us a truly great car instead of just good, which is where it stands right now. Another high point of the Fiesta experience is the way this car looks. We are loving the slot-like grille, the big nose, the scimitar-shaped headlamps, and round the side, you've got this lovely strong shoulder. And then you move down the back. And that's where the party ends completely. Now the Fiesta was initially designed as a hatchback. It's been turned into a sedan, but obviously the designers haven't been able to hide that fact. True change must come from within as well, and so it does with the Fiesta. This car features an all-new interior that looks slick all around. Overall space is not going to be a huge selling point for this car, but 4 full-grown adults will be able to be pretty comfy. And what we loved are the drivers and shotgun seats. These are seats designed for power driving, so they just kind of envelop you with plenty of bolstering on both sides, ensuring that you're not going to slide when you go round a bend.
I'm used to it by now.
We're driving the top-end titanium version right now, and this car has technology coming out of its gills. You've got climate control and a really good stereo with USB and aux, parking sensors, auto-folding mirrors, ABS and airbags, and cruise control. And then there's the party trick, the voice-activated system that actually works and works very well. You can actually control climate, audio and telephone functions. Here, see for yourself. Radio,
Radio.
FM,
FM. Frequency, please.
98.3.
Tune 98.3.
The question is now, should you go out and buy one? If you are the typical car buyer in this segment, it does check the right boxes. Best in class mileage, great styling, very sophisticated interiors, astounding ride and handling, and a diesel engine that's enjoyable though not very powerful. The new Fiesta's range begins at 8.3 lakhs for the low-end diesel, with the version packed with all the bells and whistles will cost you 10.5x showroom Navi Mumbai. You're going to be hard-pressed to find a better deal. This week we've got 2 launches from 2 ends of the spectrum. We've got the little Chevy Beat diesel and the supermassive Audi A8 W12. Here's that and the rest of the news from Planet Auto.
Chevrolet's been promising the diesel version of the Beat hatchback ever since they first launched it back in 2010. And a year and a half later, it's finally here. We did the pre-launch media drive last week and loved the car. Powered by the smallest diesel engine in India, a 1-litre Spartec diesel, the 3-cylinder version of Fiat's multi-jet engine. The Beat diesel comes in 2 variants, priced at a very competitive 4.29 lakhs for the low-end PS version, all the way up to 5.45 lakhs for the fully loaded LT variant. And now, completely on the other end of the market, here's the latest from Audi. They've just launched the A8 with an engine so powerful that it should be illegal. That's right, say hello to A8 W12 Quattro. This one comes with a mammoth 6.3-litre FSI engine that's putting out a massive 500 brake horsepower and closing the 0 to 100 gap in a gut-wrenching 4.7 seconds. This is the top-end variant, so you've got even more bells and whistles than the tech-loaded regular A8. And if you walk into the Audi showroom to buy one right now, you're looking at a bill of 1.26 crore rupees. We should say ex-showroom, but that doesn't matter, does it?